got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the money. The pressure be calling. Left on my blessings. I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something. That's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression is all that I wanted. The phone and affection. I summon and dub it. Cause I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through them.
Welcome back to another episode of the Problems on Problems podcast. I'm your host, Mike Santee, and it is Friday. Happy Friday to everybody. Before I forget that, happy Friday to the crew, to the fam, to the squad, the homies. Y'all know who it is. Happy Friday to you guys. You made it again to another week. And with that, we gonna talk about some stuff. I still can't curse because we're within the first 5 minutes of the video and YouTube doesn't like that. But let's start off with this. People don't have a time issue. They have a priority issue. I put this poll out on Instagram, I want to say last week, and y'all had a lot to say about it. Overwhelmingly, I would say about 92% of you said that you agree with a statement that people don't have a time issue, they have a priority issue. And gosh, after listening to this TED Talk that I'll link down below, it basically just goes over that everyone has the same. If you want to oversimplify it, you can watch all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. But I'm going to oversimplify it for you. To really make a long story short, everyone has the same 24 hours of the day. Once you break down what you have for sleep, what you have for commuting, what you have for work, things like that, you then are left with X amount of time. And what you do with that time is really, it shows everybody what your priorities are. It's been a concept. Vin Diesel, gotta love him. It's been a concept that I've kind of toyed around with for a while, whether that be making excuses for people or, I don't know. Yeah, making excuses for people as to like why they aren't making time and stuff like that. I have now come to the liberating conclusion that people will make time for what they want to make time for. There's no other way around it. So it is one of those things where I've heard the quote as well, like, show me your calendar and I'll show you your priorities. I don't think it's any different. It's time is valuable to everybody. And it is one of those things that I need to do a better job on it because number one, I'm awful so far. We're not going to speak that into existence. I'm getting better at time management really amongst friends. So I'm really good. I should just say people in general, but I'm really good at like time management at work. I'm good kind of managing my time when it comes to like other projects. Where I'm not good at right now is legitimately just time with people. I'm pretty good at staying in contact with friends, but actually like making time to see them and stuff like that, that's where I'm not the best at. I would much rather either A, have people come over or like just do something chill than have to like go out most of the time. Go through these like ebbs and flows where Henry VIII, you mother son of a gun. Be still. Y'all saw it here first. I killed a fly on camera. One down. But yeah, as I get completely sidetracked and kind of off topic, making time for people, for the people that matter. And it's one of those things where everyone thinks that they're busy. Everyone thinks that you don't have time, but it really is like you'll make time to take care of important stuff. And I think after a while, I'm just painting with like crazy broad strokes. So please feel free to create this dialogue with me. But I feel like you will make time for the things that are important to you and things that you pretend are important. You might say they're important to you, but how much time are you actually devoting? Now, that is not to say that important things need all of your time, because that's not true. There are things that you can literally set it and forget it, and it's just as important to you as something that you're going to make an effort for. But I do think it is appreciated when people make that effort. And side note, if you think this is about you, I think that says more about you than it does about what I'm saying. Someone feels attacked. I feel attacked. I feel attacked right now because I'm talking to myself. But yeah, it is definitely one of those things where, as I close this ramble of time and time being valuable and wasting your time explaining to you why time is valuable, it is something that I keep in the forefront of my mind, where it's just like, hey, what are you doing with your time? And for those of you that say I don't have time, I challenge you to really show me how much time you have. Like, is it just that things aren't as important, or that things that require less effort move higher up on the list? But yeah, I'll leave that question to you guys. Leave your answers down in the comments. Roast me. I don't care. But yeah, it is definitely one of those things where you make time for what you want to. If you say you don't have time, but you can watch Netflix for 4 hours every night. You can watch the games for hours on end, or stream whatever. You can play video games. So for people to say they don't have time, I feel like is a cop-out, but I will say there is a minority of people that genuinely do not have time. Like, if you look at their calendars, it is from the time I wake up until the time I go to sleep, everything is booked. And those people tend to be highly successful people. More props to you. Go do your thing. It is I'd say like the average Joe that says he or she doesn't have enough time. Because in reality, like, shoot, I didn't think I had enough time, and then I just decided that, hey, we're not gonna watch a couple episodes on Netflix, and instead we're just gonna head to bed early. And look at that, I slept at a normal time. Crazy thing about going to bed at a decent hour, you wake up at a decent hour. But yeah, just kind of my thoughts on the issue of time. I think at the end of the day, you will make time for what you want to make time for, and things that you say you don't have time for maybe just don't matter to you as much. And that's okay. It is definitely okay. I will say the most liberating thing is understanding that concept, or at least the most liberating thing to me was understanding the concept of time, and that time is prioritized differently amongst different people, and that you shouldn't take it to heart, because people will show you where their priorities are with where they spend their time. Boom. That's the nugget. If it took you 8 minutes or 7 minutes or however much I edited this down to get to that part, you're welcome. Thanks for sticking by. But it is Friday. We need to get you guys ready for the weekend. And with that, I will give you the meth story. So, gosh, how do I really start at this story? We'll start off the story by saying that in the last couple months, really April, so since quarantine, Mike has been trying to get thinner. And if you look at episode 1 of the Questionable Content podcast, and look at I don't know, these episodes, and hopefully I don't look like the bloated blob that I did before. For those of you at home, where else would you be when you're watching this? Anyone who's not here, aka everybody, I want to say that I forgot what the last number was, but I lost around 25 pounds in the last 4 months. Not anything crazy. I know. Thank you. Hard work, dedication, discipline, all that stuff. None of it's true. I lost weight because I stopped being a fat, lazy jerk. I think we're past the 5-minute mark. I stopped being a fat, lazy piece of crap. To be honest with you, it was one of those things where, like, I wouldn't say no to food, but then I wouldn't do anything on the back end. And so we're out here just deciding that, hey, if you're going to decide to eat all this stuff, we're going to have to do some activities to offset that on either the front or back end. So now I just wake up in the morning. I'll go work out. Shout out to CrossFit for, we made it, guys. We made it 4 episodes before I mentioned CrossFit, which might be a new record. But yeah, shout out to the Dowd YMCA CrossFit. Now you guys know I work out at. Shout out to podcasts and all that stuff for giving me some type of entertainment when I go on morning runs. But yeah, Mike is out here trying to get skinny. And when I say skinny, I mean not too small. You know, thick boys for life. Maybe from 3 C's to 2, 3 C's to 1 C. We still going to be repping the thick boy nation. Don't worry about it. But I can't be super fat. Okay? Think about that. So I'm out on my runs doing my thing. Yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Fast forward. I'm out here doing my thing, doing bits, doing my run. You know, whatever. Later on in the day, I get some lunch. It was DoorDash. I didn't make good decisions. I'm a human. But I pick up my food. I'm headed up, blah, blah, blah. And then neighbor, hot mom, is what we're going to call her hot mom because she's a mom and she's hot. She's probably a bunch of other things. But listen, we don't got time for identifiers. We got to tell the story. So hot mom says, hey, did you see all that commotion that happened down by your side of the hall? And I said, no, when did this happen? She tells me it was X time in the morning. And I said, I don't know. I was probably running. And she said, I know. I've been noticing you losing weight. I was like, oh, thank you, hot mom. Thank you. I have been losing weight, girl. I digress. So she says that plainclothes cops went in there, took somebody out in handcuffs, but then also started taking out loads and loads of equipment for evidence is what she said. I didn't really know. I said I'd keep my ears open. You know how we do. But then the angel who's one of my neighbors, we'll call her that. I say she's an angel because she is super quiet, super like uninvasive, anything like that. She's always really friendly, but she doesn't give me anything to complain about. She's not loud. She doesn't do anything like crazy. She's not obnoxious outside on her balcony, all that stuff, which is why I consider her an angel. Oh, and she also has like one of the cutest dogs ever. Again, we digress. Back to the story. So she tells me that she asked me the same thing. She's like, hey, did you see what happened over there? Mentioned the same date, same time. And I said, no, but I heard a bunch of plainclothes cops and a lot of equipment. She said, yeah, a lot of chemistry equipment. And I'll tell you this. Who the fuck says chemistry equipment? I don't know. I'm beside myself. I have no idea. Who says chemistry equipment? Unless I looked at her and I said, meth? And she was like, that's what I was thinking. And so she asked around and then she updated me and she said, yeah, I think it was meth. So that's what we're going to go with. All that story to tell you guys that for sure, I'm not going to say which neighbor. There have been some weird noises, like sawing into walls and stuff like that. At least that's what it sounded like. Some other stuff, yada, yada, where I'm thinking, homie had a full-on meth lab. Otherwise, why would you be arrested and why would the cops take all your equipment? Let me know what you guys think it might be. I can't give you too much more information because I guess it's an ongoing investigation. I don't know. I haven't noticed them return to their unit or anything like that. Not like I'm eavesdropping or like spying on people. But you know, maybe if I was a spy, I'd be the worst spy. But let me know what you guys think. Someone getting arrested, a bunch of chemistry equipment, and that's all I can really think of. My brain went meth. But let me know what your brain says down in the comments. Okay? And with the conclusion of that story, that awful story, we're going to switch over right into what I like to call Follow Fridays. Friday follows. I don't even remember what I named my own segment. I can't even get hype about it because I forgot what it was. So last week we did our shout outs. It's going to be a similar thing, but the business that we're going to shout out, and I will give credit to Javi. So I guess you get 2 shout outs now, Javi. You get last week's and this week's. But Javi hooked the homie up, took me to Tacos El Regio, and bro. Okay. What I'm about to say, ooh, mouth crackles. ASMR. Welcome to Mike's ASMR channel. Okay. So what I'm about to say may be one of the most controversial statements in the taco community in all of Charlotte. But we got a bunch of people to back me up on this. Tacos El Regio has the best al pastor tacos in all of Charlotte. I said it. I'm standing by that. Show me another tacos al pastor better than how they do it at Tacos El Regio, and I'll try it. I'll try all foods. You don't get this big by not trying foods, but I will tell you right now, those are the best al pastor tacos I've had in all of Charlotte. Fight me on it. Come catch this fade. You can get these hands. Mad threatening for food, but I will say, like, you need to go there. You need to try there. So the business that we're going to shout out this Friday is Tacos El Regio, okay? The person that we're going to shout out this Friday is, you guys won't see this, but she is coming up on she will be featured in an upcoming Questionable Content episode, and it is none other than Miss Gray, Queen City Food Queen. She's been doing the thing. She's been doing interviews. She came over to Questionable Content Studios, which, if you don't know, this is where we film. I could actually say we now because it's more than one person, not just my personalities and stuff like that. Getting better. Probably not. But yeah, you are looking at Questionable Content Studios, where we film questionable content, where I film problems on problems. Who else knows what I'm going to film? Ooh, that didn't sound good. Don't think like that. Other podcasts. Who knows what other podcasts or ideas or videos? I don't feel comfortable about the environment that I've created now. But we're going to move on. So, Queen City Food Queen. She stopped by. We did an interview. She's been doing bits. She's out here taking pictures of food. She's another foodie. I like foodies, okay? I like other artists too, and I like other creative people, but if you talking food, you talking my language, you know? So, Queen City Food Queen, go follow her. Tacos El Regio, go follow them. They are legit. Both of them are legit. They're doing their thing. And lastly, the Friday food debate. Last week, we did pancakes versus waffles. We just did, okay? And I will say this was for me, this was like the closest poll I've ever had in my life. Up until about like minutes before the polls close. Minutes before, like, that Instagram thing cuts you off and then it's not asking stuff 24 hours, whatever it was. So it was 50-50 up until about a minute or two left. A couple votes slid in there right before the deadline, so we're going to round up a little bit. But waffles, You good now? Can I do my thing? Okay. But waffles won with 51% of the votes. I will say this let's do that again. I will say this as a guy that does prefer waffles over pancakes. And feel free to debate the other side of this. I'm not opposed to it. But as a guy that likes waffles, I will say waffles they're the right combination of crunchy and fluffy. Then they got the little nooks where you can just fit in like melted butter and syrup, and oh man. And I wonder why I'm not skinny. But yeah, they got that. They be doing that thing. All right. Pancakes. Yeah, you got to add stuff to them. But I'm like, what is a pancake doing? Okay. If you want to argue with me about a pancake being better than a waffle, come see me. Okay. Because pancakes are trash. They're not trash. They're just not better than waffles. So last week's waffles won. This week, there's no real way to set this one up properly except for telling you that I haven't thought about this in a while. But mac and cheese, before we even get into this whole thing, because I know I live in the South and all that stuff, and some of y'all, if you still making box mac and cheese, I hope it's for convenience. I hope you're not making box mac and cheese and thinking, oh, this is better. If you are, just let me know, because I need to do some unfriending or some like serious therapy for that. But yeah, so mac and cheese? How do you eat it? And I know you already in your head are thinking, I eat it this way. There's no possible way anybody eats it different. You'd be surprised, but we're going to say, how do you eat your mac and cheese? With a fork or a spoon? Let me know down in the comments. Let me know in the polls. Do your thing. But yeah, so that brings our episode to a close. It has been another dope week. Don't forget, people, keep liking, keep subscribing. Shoot, keep sending your suggestions. Once this Bachelorette thing starts taking off, I might watch a full season. Probably not, though. I think I've missed a lot. But yeah, let me know. Let me know what's good. Let me know what you think about waffles, pancakes, how you eat your mac and cheese, what you think about, people wasting time, and possibly the meth. Don't let me know what you think about meth. Let me know what you think about the story about the potential meth lab, because jury is still out, literally and figuratively. I think this thing's going to trial, so you never know. Otherwise, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Problems on Problems podcast, at Mike Santy 18, at problems_pod on Twitter. And we will see you. Dang it, I almost made it through a whole episode without doing it. I will see you guys next week.
Check out problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back, tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression, it's all that I wanted. A phone in affection, I summon and dub it.